Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. You guys know I am crazy bullish on XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and quite a lot of other crypto, but I think you also know we give away $100 worth of crypto if we hit 1,500 likes. So make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below, because that is all you have to do to enter into our giveaway. Starting it off, worst Bitcoin plunge since March shakes faith in the crypto boom. Now, I found this a really interesting article because whenever I started to think about how much money really got out of the crypto space just now, I really am shocked with how much crypto has grown over just the last couple of years. Really, guys, we all have some crazy price predictions for where crypto is going to go, and I think they will almost all be fulfilled eventually. Right now, though, is just a little small shakeout of 25 or so percent. However, as time goes on, the nominal of the 25% is going to keep continuing on, because right now, a 25% is literally 100% of the crypto market in 2017. Are you guys getting what I'm trying to say? Like a 25% price fall right now is 100% of all the money that was into crypto in 2017 for just a little measurement, or all the money that was in crypto in March of 2020, basically. That's how much we've just fallen in like 2 days or so. The severity of the game here is just picking up. And even though I've explained yesterday how a higher price means less risky, it is also really a numbers game in the sense that the higher we go, the harder we are going to be falling, if we fall. Okay, but that's also the fun part about it, I think. I like taking risks, as you guys know. One thing I'm also buying is GSX. This coin is the first growth coin. It is basically a gold-backed asset, or basically a gold-backed coin, one of its first of its kind. And basically what it does is they have land, which is gold rich, and they have gold. And since they're going to be mining gold in Zimbabwe, they're going to be reinvesting that money into more land, which will increase the backing of the coin. And theoretically speaking, that should also bring the price up. Right now, we have a 22% bonus on buying these coins, plus 5% for using my link. Plus, there is staking. You guys can check that out. And yeah, again, I'm just taking risks here with some crazier coins. Webull, for example, is just a platform that you can get some stocks for free if you're from the US. Just check that one out, but it's pretty simple. This type of stuff, though, is investments, as you guys know. But as you know, it's not advice, anything like that. It's just something I'm personally trying. Let's move on. Forbes published Bitcoin investors who became billionaires from the recent rally. There's quite a lot of them, actually. Bitcoin's recent surge has created new billionaires, and we can take a little bit of a look at what Forbes has posted. But, I mean, who really cares about who became billionaires, right? Because, oh, have they now cashed in all their holdings for dollars? They didn't, so they're billionaires in dollar terms right now, but in the end, does that really matter? Yeah, that is up to yourself to decide. To me, I don't think it really matters that they're billionaires because they just have a certain amount of crypto, but eventually these guys will all be 10 times richer. So, yeah, I've just disregarded all of this as just, I don't know, just stuff that gets people to click, but it basically doesn't really mean much to me. In the first place were the founders of Gemini Bitcoin Exchange. Their estimated value was $1.4 billion each. Block co-founder Matthew Roszak with $1.2 billion in digital assets ranked second, followed by venture capitalist Tim Draper. According to Forbes, the value of his assets is estimated at $1.1 billion. In fourth place, the head of MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, with assets worth $600 million. In fifth, and the founder of the crypto bank Galaxy Digital, Mike Novogratz, with $478 million. Vitalik Buterin at $360 million, and I think, again, these guys don't have their numbers correctly, but whatever, because where is CZ? And where's the Coinbase founder? How much does he have, or how much will he have in a couple of months here? XRP investors petition US SEC to amend charges against Ripple. We've actually all heard already about this whole lawsuit of Ripple versus SEC, but we've also heard from Deaton here, who's actually kind of fighting, or at least trying the SEC to change their mind, or at least to understand that what they're doing has cost way more in damages than whatever they can achieve from this. But I've really concluded for myself that it's all basically a game that's being played right now. It's not really like the SEC just wants to push XRP into the ground. I really still think that they're doing this to just create clarity for everybody, and that this is really what Ripple wanted. Because you could see it from different perspectives. You could say like, oh, the SEC wants to crack them down, hurt everybody bad. But the SEC would have also not taken a choice like this had it not been for the betterment of this world, right? Or had it not been better for US investors. I kind of feel as if they did this in like the prime spot because they couldn't do it earlier for some way, shape, or form. I don't know why. I think earlier would have been better, but all right. They did it in the earliest possible time for them, which unfortunately was very bad for the market, but hey, it's, I guess, the earliest time they could do it. And once they're called not a security XRP, which ultimately will be the case, hopefully, at least the way it's looking at right now, I think that's going to be the case, then XRP still has time to rise, possibly. Maybe they've done it such a way where XRP is going to be called not a security in prime time cryptocurrency position, where all these coins have gained a little bit, but still are in a nice little momentum or so, where it will just pump up like crazy and leave all these coins behind. Who knows? But I personally am a little bit more convinced today than I was yesterday, and it keeps going on like that XRP is going to be completely fine regardless of what happens to the lawsuit. There's roughly $140 billion of inaccessible Bitcoin in the world right now. Here's what could happen to it. So basically, there's a lot of money that's being sent to either addresses that do not exist, basically, or to, I guess, addresses that cannot be accessed, or people who cannot access their money, basically, because they've lost their keys, right? There's a couple other things, of course, but those are the main things right there, and that's about 20% of all the money in existence is just basically lost. That's actually a lot of incentive to, I guess, think about scarcity of the future, right? The scarcity of the future. But a lot of people are talking about this as well. Ripple partner SBI Remit rolls out international money transfer service to 13.4 thousand ATMs. Ripple partner SBI Remit has partnered with Japan Lawson Bank to roll out the Remit card to more than 13.4 thousand ATMs. SBI Holdings is one of Ripple's key partners in Asia, and I'm just showing you guys once more how SBI here is Ripple's best partnership ever. Some have said SBI and Stellar are going to be working together for yada yada yada. No. SBI Ripple, best partnership ever, best joint venture basically, as they've just hired an SBI employee. They've really done so much together, and this is what's going to push Ripple and XRP to the next level. This type of stuff. They're trying to really get XRP out of every single deal, out of everything, but working with SBI, they cannot do that, all right? Because SBI also has the best interest in XRP going amazing. Once more, check out Weibo if you're from the US. And breaking views, Chancellor said, was I totally wrong about Bitcoin? Interesting. 3 years ago, this column suggested that Bitcoin, whose price soared 15-fold during 17 guys, faced a total wipeout. The cryptocurrency wasn't money, but instead resembled the gold's prospector's fabled sardine tin. Good for trading, but not for eating. It was a timely call. Over the following months, Bitcoin shed more than 2/3 of its value, but now the crypto is back from the dead and trading at around twice its peak. Was my earlier Bitcoin judgment wrong? And again, Chancellor doesn't mean the Chancellor of the world, but it's basically the Chancellor name. His name is Edward Chancellor on Reuters.com. And you know what I fetched from this? I just fetched from this that there's just different sorts of people in this world, like you would logically think. But let's see. On reflection, I'd say my 2017 Bitcoin bubble call was spot on, but I underestimated the crypto's longer durability. Today, the arrests currency is in another bubble, but it will survive the inevitable bust. If we have learned anything from its brief history, is that which doesn't kill Bitcoin only seems to make it stronger, because every time it gets pushed down, it just goes back up even harder. All right, it can fall down for a little bit, but eventually it goes back up, and that's the fun part. We've been here for years now. This channel has been up for almost 4 years. Don't you think I was ever scared that Bitcoin was not going to go up? Don't you think I was ever scared? Well, if you did think so, you're completely wrong, because I was never scared. You know why? Because we know this technology, we know what the purpose is. And the same thing for XRP. I know it's down. And still right now, it kind of feels like it's the same start like there was like before the big bull run, or basically a couple months afterwards. It feels like we were just at that point where, okay, the price is going down. It doesn't feel nice. There's always this pressure from people saying it's a shit coin and yada, yada, yada. Ultimately, though, I know we made a good bet. And even if we didn't, at least we took the risk. And our risk to reward ratio was good. And our reward could have been amazing. All right, if we have to wait a little bit longer for that, I don't mind. As long as we get it eventually, which I do believe we will, so I'm not too afraid of it. As Bitcoin regains lost ground, option traders bet on Bitcoin hitting 52K move by late January. I still think we'll hit 27.5K for Bitcoin, that move all the way to 65K or something like that. I still think the future is very bright for Bitcoin, but hey, whatever. These guys all have their different predictions. There's a lot of options though, however, for 52K. It's good to know. And Grayscale's crypto holdings shrink $4 billion as Bitcoin passes through major correction. That's also fun, right? As I just said, the bigger you go up, the harder you fall, basically. because they got so much money in there and they're still buying huge tons. It went from 28.4 to about $24.5 billion. And that is not nice. If you just invested yesterday and all of a sudden you see your money just plummet by, a huge percentage, that's pretty funny to me. However, ultimately, guys, I think a lot of guys will still be buying through Grayscale. It will still be quite amazing. And in the end, everything is looking good. Everything's looking good. What JP Morgan said, by the way, I talked about this, but some people didn't get it. The Bitcoin ETF that could be coming up could be negative for the crypto prices because Grayscale right now has quite a lot of inflows from institutional investors who do not want to dare or who do not want to just involve themselves with crypto directly. So they basically use Grayscale as a custodian and just purchaser or whatever you want to call that. But if an ETF were to come in, those guys might not have to go through Grayscale. And since Grayscale cannot buy enough crypto for the amount of demand there is, the price goes up on their platform basically. So the price of Bitcoin is really higher for these guys to buy in terms of how much Bitcoin the fund is really backed by. So basically they're buying Bitcoin or Ethereum at a huge premium. If they were to be gone, if all these guys would just buy the Bitcoin ETF, the premium would also be gone because there's less just necessity for it. The demand would go down. And thus, this whole, I guess, seeing what people would pay for Bitcoin, these institutional guys would kind of fade away. And thus the prices could go down, theoretically speaking. But yeah, that was it for today, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Make sure you check out 5 Minute Crypto, and I'll see you again in another crypto video. Take care and have a nice day. It's a pretty cool day, as I once said. Or no, as I said before. Every day is still good in the crypto space. I love it.